Hi everyone, hope you're good, hope you're well. Kieran Bugleborn here, back with another video for you guys and to go through a little bit more of tracking progress. This is one thing that I get really frustrated about as a coach, purely because everybody brings it back to scale weight 24/7. So before we continue, if you want to see more of these videos, you subscribe to my channel and you leave a comment, does me the world of good out there. We bring it all back to scale weight, and scale weight, for example, considered the only unit of measure within a certain demographic. Predominantly it's the older generation and saying, oh, I've stepped on the scales and I'm X and this is the be all and end all. When in hindsight, your scale weight can fluctuate up to 14 pounds a day. And there's a number of things that dictate scale weight. So first and foremost, it's only a gravitational pull to the earth, which is one. And number two, if you think about when you step on the scale, what are you weighing? Well, we have got our bone structure, we've got our muscles, we've got our ligaments, tendons, we've got our organs, we've got our blood, we've got whatever body fat we've got, visceral and adipose. So adipose is on the outside of the body, visceral is the internal. We've got our skin, our hair, our nails. So there's a lot of things that we're measuring just from scale weight. When you take those into account, it doesn't really make it unit of measure that we should be basing our efforts on. In my opinion, there's only a few that we should be really looking at. First of all, our photos and how we perceive ourselves. If we look in the mirror and think, damn, sexy bitch. I mean, come on, let's have it right. Like, you look in the mirror once you've been putting loads of grind work in and loads of effort, and you will see yourself, damn, I'm pretty fucking sexy. Then that's great, and if you see yourself in photos, like all this hard work that I've been putting in has been paying off. And that is the main thing. Yeah, it's okay to be vain, of course. There's nobody who's going to love yourself more than you. So, fuck it, why not? Again, how you see yourself in photographs, that is visual. You'll be able to see where you've put on muscle, where the body fat has shrunk, and how your tone is looking, etc. And how your overall shape of your body is from there. So that's my first thing. Second of all is circumference measurement. Preferably done in a fasted state, as with pictures as well. That just shows where you are losing inches. If you've got a lot of adipose body fat, then of course you want to be losing the inches. And if you are in a gain phase, you're looking to put on muscle, well, you are looking to increase the inches on that front. In a fat loss phase, yes, circumference measurements for me are very important. Definitely 100% it's a unit of measure that people should be doing, predominantly chest, navel and hips as the three major markers. Any other sites where you know that you're holding, maybe upper arm or on the thighs, make those measurement as well. And then the vice versa. If you get into the phase where you're wanting to gain weight, well, you want to be seeing where the muscle or where you are gaining weight. Ideally, if you are in a gaining phase, you want very little around your abdomen, around your navel, but everywhere else, like your chest, your shoulder girth and your biceps, then yeah, that's where you want to see them going. What other ones could we put in there? Clothes sizes, I think, are very underestimated in myself. If somebody has got a size 36 waist and they end up going to a 32, that is momentous, and you'll actually see that reflected in the clothes as well. Also means that that person will have to buy a new wardrobe. Now, one thing that I will say is that every single one of my clients that their clothes get too big for them, I am now advising, rather than take it to a charity shop, is to sell it on Vinted. I don't know if anybody is familiar with Vinted, but it's an app that you can download on your iPhone and then reinvest that money that you sell from the old clothes into new clothes, which is brilliant. Then that way it's not going to break the bank. But again, on the other side of the scale, if you've got a t-shirt which is too small for you and you've lost enough circumference to actually fit into it, that's great. But making the same t-shirt feel different when you've added on extra tissue in muscle after your efforts, it does wonders for your self-esteem and your confidence, where actually this t-shirt, the arms were a bit baggy, now my bicep fills it out. It's fantastic. Really, really does wonders for you. Now, body fat percentage. For ages, a body fat percentage was a unit of measure. We used to have to use things called calipers back in the day, where we had to take a pinch of person's skin and measure the millimeters on that person's skin. You could be 1 centimeter out, half a centimeter out, and it would ruin the whole sum by pinching a different part, and it wasn't really an accurate measure of progress. Then all these bioelectrical impedance scales started coming out. Again, it's not going to be a viable method of progress or an like algorithm. It's not designed person to person. The only two real concrete ways that we can decipher somebody's body fat percentage is number one, dissection. So I don't know about you, but I don't want to be put to sleep and cut apart to see how much body fat that I've got. The other one is something called a DEXA scan, which is a quite high-end scan, costs upwards of about £250. My nearest one is right in the centre of London, but to know my actual true body fat percentage, maybe once every year or 2 years, possibly on a regular basis, you know, unless your pockets are deep. I don't think you want to be spending 250 quid upwards every single time just to know what your body fat percentage. There's that one. One of my favourite ones, measures of progress, is something called exercise performance. So I've gone on about this before in previous social media content, but for me, exercise performance is a massive key performance indicator. It indicates where you're getting stronger, it indicates that you're getting fitter, faster, and it also indicates that you are putting on muscle, because at the end of the day, muscle's going to be there for you more than body fat is. The more muscle that you have, believe it or not, the more that you get to eat, which is brilliant, but also it gives you a chance to play the game and play the game properly. So let's say, for example, I went in the gym and I did 3 sets of 10 reps at 10 kilos, and then the next time I went into the gym, I did 2 sets of 10 at 10 kilos, but 1 set of 10 at 12 kilos. I'm obviously going to be 20 kilos up because I've done the 10 sets at 12. So that's an extra 20 kilos on top of what I did last. Bettering ourselves by 1 kilo, 2 kilos, 5 kilos, doesn't make a difference. Progress is progress at the end of the day, no matter how big or small it is. And then bettering ourselves in reps as well. 10 reps, 11 reps, 12 reps, 15 reps. Heck, even heavyweight and lower rep. Progress is progress. And this is where a lot of people go down and they fall down in their gym journey, is that they don't track this stuff when they should be. You have to be tracking your progress. You need to know that you're progressing. You need to know what weights you lifted last time. You need to know how many reps you did last time, how many sets that you did last time. This game, it's all about you versus you. It's not you versus the guy who's been training for 20 years deadlifting 200 kilos. It's you versus you from last week and yesterday and being better than you were the previous day, that 1% better. If you're 1% better every day, you're going to be 365% better over the whole year. And you know, that says a lot. So tracking your progress in the gym, 100% major thing that you should be doing. My favorite one is your mood. Now, believe it or not, exercise is the most underused antidepressant on the face of the planet. Food is the most overused antidepressant. So that goes to show a lot what is happening. A lot of us since COVID have become a lot more sedentary, not doing enough movement, just being static, staying at home, not leaving the house, not doing things that we should be doing, and that is getting out, getting natural sunlight, moving our body. And this is why the health service has seen an upheaval in neck and back complaints in the last 5 years, because we have been all working from home, being sedentary. Some offices have not even gone back to the offices. If not, they've sold their offices and now everybody's home based, and then we'll rent a Regus facility to conduct team meetings face to face. Doing exercise and starting this fitness journey for yourself and your own personal development and your mental health. And it's imperative that you do it. I can go down a whole rabbit hole with my mental health. How I overcame most of it was nailing down my nutrition, nailing down a regular exercise routine, and making sure that I was doing what I love, and that is combat sports as well. That has kept me on the straight and narrow, that has kept me moving forward, and that has kept me rolling on. The people that I've worked with over the years have come to me and they've had mental health problems, anxiety, depression, stress, and it's been such a refresher because of my own personal struggles to help that person become a better human being and kick these things into touch, because unless you've worked with it or you worked through it and been with it, it can really weigh you down. But seeing somebody flourish from starting a regular exercise routine, taking care of themselves, getting to a gym and out the house does wonders for us as human beings. So don't be like afraid to. So I would highly recommend keeping track of your mood. Let's talk about scale weight now, because it is a unit of measure. So there's a number of reasons why scale weight can fluctuate up to 14 pounds a day. And believe me, I know that one. If you've had a good weekend, enjoying yourself, not really paying attention to your diet, yes, you can see the scale weight increase tenfold. There's a few reasons why that will increase. So your first one is water retention. Your diet could have been pretty salty or pretty carb heavy over the weekend. So every gram of carbohydrate that we ingest, we will hold 4 grams of water in our system. So if you ingest 100 grams of carbohydrate, you're going to hold on to 400 grams. So you can do the maths, 200 grams, 800, 300 grams, going to be 1200. So that's, 1.2 kilos. You can also experience the scale weight increase because of inflammation from exercising as well. The other reason why you can experience scale weight increasing is just your digestive system. It really depends on what you've eaten, fibers in the food that you've eaten, and also the time of the day that you've eaten. The later at night that you're going to eat, the longer that it's going to take for your body to digest that food, and it could still just be one in the pipe the next day. So don't get disheartened. It will just come out at another time. The other reason why scale weight will increase is going to be down to your hormonal system as well. Things like your stress hormone, cortisol, can make your body hold on to more water. Not having adequate sleep as well doesn't regulate your hormonal system, hence that you can also hold on to more water as well. So there's a lot of things that play a part into scale weight, but unless you are nailing every single bit on the head, you're sticking to your food, you're getting exactly the amount of sleep, the exact amount of water a day, sticking to the exact amount of calories, and eating at exactly the same times every single day, it can be detrimental. There's a reason why they call the scale the sad step. Step on, you feel sad, and you think, fuck it, I'm going to chuck it in the fuck it bucket. When you shouldn't. But providing that you can see visual changes in your photographs, you've got measurements to show that they are decreasing. If you've got evidence that your clothes are fitting better as well, your exercise performance is improving, and your mood is improving in the most politest way possible. Fuck scale weight. I hope that helps, and I hope that gives you guys a little bit more clarity into why scale weight shouldn't be your sole purpose of measure. If anything, your sole purpose of measure should be photographs, your measurement, your clothes, your mood, and your exercise performance. Scale weight could come way in last. Obviously, there are a number of key performance indicators that you can use as well. If somebody had high blood pressure, I personally would use that as a key performance indicator. I want to see that blood pressure go down. Same with cholesterol, and same with blood sugar levels as well. Should be tailored to that person and that person in front of you only, not a cookie cutter approach, and always specifically to that person's goals. So again, thanks for watching, and if you like what you've seen here today, just drop me a follow please. It means the world. Give me a like, give me a comment if you've enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace out.